Welcome back to the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. My name is Lydia. I'm an Auckland wedding photographer at Lydia Rachel Photography and your host. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who entered our recent giveaway. I was overwhelmed with entries and it's so much fun hearing about the days that you are planning or your recent engagements. If you're new around here, then welcome, congrats. I hope this helps you on your journey. And yeah, the winner has been drawn. I'm so excited to photograph their day later this year. And if you're looking for a photographer, get in touch. I would love to chat. This week I'm joined by Tess and Hayley, founders behind Slay My Day, a brand new platform designed to make wedding planning easier for couples and more transparent and accessible for vendors. Between them, they bring years of experience across digital marketing, tourism, elopements, and wedding photography, and they're deeply embedded in the New Zealand wedding industry. Alongside their co-founder Carla, they've built Slay My Day from the ground up after seeing firsthand how overwhelming wedding planning can be and how limited and expensive existing directories often are. In this episode, we chat about how Slay My Day came to life, the gaps they saw in the wedding industry, and how they're creating a more inclusive, sustainable, and genuinely helpful space for couples planning their day. We also talk trends they're seeing in weddings right now, why personalised celebrations are on the rise, and their vision for the future of weddings in Aotearoa. If you're a couple in the middle of planning or a vendor curious about new ways to connect with the right clients, this one is definitely for you. Enjoy episode 128 with Hayley and Tess from Slay My Day. Hi guys, Tess and Hayley, thank you for joining me today. So excited to chat to you all about what you guys do and Slay My Day, brand new platform for vendors and couples planning their wedding. So yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
So I'd love to hear a bit about your backgrounds individually first, and yeah, if you could just talk to us a bit about what you do, kind of your journeys into the wedding industry.
I'll start. So I'm Tess. I have a background mainly in digital marketing. So that's kind of where I have spent the last sort of 15 years. And then most recently working for an aviation tourism provider here in Queenstown. So, and as part of that, we do lots of wedding flights for couples who want to go up and have photos or have a ceremony in a beautiful spot here in Queenstown. So I've been working there for the last 6 years nearly. I know. And then I've been working with Hayley and Carla at QTE for the last 3 years, almost 4 years as their celebrant. So my journey into weddings was kind of a combination of doing a couple of weddings, becoming a celebrant, working in aviation, and then Hayley and Carla asking me to join them as part of the QTE team. So, and love it. Yeah, I've been married for 2 years. Loved my wedding. Well, I loved some parts of my wedding. I didn't love how many guests I had. That's why I love kind of that elopement space. And also, you know, we'll get into this a little bit more with Slay My Day, but also kind of how Slay My Day was built to help people who want different things for their wedding to plan their day how they want to.
So cool. So interesting to hear. So QTE, Queenstown elopements. Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, such a perfect place to elope flying up into the mountains.
Romantic, isn't it?
It is romantic.
We get to do it all the time, and even sometimes we think it's romantic. We're like, oh,
still love it. Don't get sick of it.
No, you can't. You can't get sick of it. Every day's different as well. So I'm Hayley. I was in the tourism industry for years. So kind of creating itineraries and stuff with the tourism industry. And then Carla was always a wedding photographer and I loved what she did. And I helped her put together a few packages for elopements and stuff because she didn't want to do the planning. She just wanted to do photography. So that's how I kind of shotgunned into weddings and I loved it. Putting together itineraries for people that are getting married was so much more fun than people that were like going on the Earnslaw or doing their tourism kind of activities. And then people would complain and stuff. Everyone's so happy and excited on their wedding day. So it really just stuck. And yeah, I love this industry.
And then, do you maybe want to touch on Carla, who couldn't make it today, but she's photographer, done weddings for years. Yeah.
Things for years.
Mm.
She started out doing photography over in Australia. So she did her photography course and then went over to Australia. And I think to get her foot in the door, she was doing daycare photography, like getting the little kids taking photos that way. And then
Carla and I lived together when she had that job on the Gold Coast doing school photos for ages.
And then she went yachting for a bit, and then she came home, obviously found her niche. She's amazing, so good at it. She's probably been doing it for over 10 years.
Yeah, I'd say so. She's just super engaging. Like, you watch her with the couples and just all of their anxiety just melts away straight away because she just in front of the camera. Most people know her work. It's just beautiful.
So nice. So you guys have all known each other for years. Are you two sisters as well, or just the same last name?
Married my cousin.
Okay, nice.
Same last. So we're family. We also get to bitch about the family and
stuff. Yeah, so good.
And then me and Carla went to school together. So we grew up in Queenstown. And then you came
20 years ago.
Yeah. So a good part of probably 25 to 30 years
together.
Yeah, love that. Sounds like the dream team and you all work well together already. So so cool that you've combined to make this new thing as well.
Yeah, we kind of needed each other, didn't we? Definitely couldn't do it on your own.
No, absolutely not.
A lot of work. So can you share a bit of the story behind Slay My Day? What inspired you to create it, and what kind of gap did you see in the market in the wedding world for it?
You saw kind of two gaps, hey, as a planner and also as someone who was planning their own wedding.
So coming from the tourism industry, you always had support from your regional tourism operator or TNZ as a wider support. And I had actually reached out to one of them to help us support the wedding industry and got absolutely nothing back. So I was like, do it ourselves. So we wanted to create something that was like those platforms, that everyone is included and welcome. It's taken a lot of work and it will still be a lot of work, but we will get to that point where it's the go-to. And then planning-wise, there's always someone that's like, oh, is there a black classic car with the roof down that we could do? I've seen these photos somewhere. And obviously someone's dad had that car and you don't know where to find that car or how to find it. So as a planning point of view, it was really hard. If my main vendors hair and makeup, or if someone needed another hair and makeup artist, just having to email and go through, be like, are you available? Are you still doing it? What's your prices? So planning wise, I was like, I need everything so I can go on and be like, cool, they do grazing platters or they do classic cars. This classic car will work for this couple. So that was a real pain point. So another reason why.
Yeah. And just our couples, they just wouldn't know where to start. And I think that's why, a lot of them gravitate towards something like Queenstown elopements. But obviously there's more than just Queenstown elopements, right? And that's obviously a national problem. So we wanted to help other vendors get the opportunity to get in front of couples at the right time in their planning journey. So and I think, it's just that online space is so busy. All the socials, all TikTok,
so busy.
So we just kind of, and it has been done before, which I think we'll probably touch on shortly, but we just wanted that one centralized place where, like Hayley said, everyone could feel welcome, they could be listed and know that, our aim is to get as many couples there as possible. And we think, the more vendors, the better, because it gives the couples the best opportunity and the best chance to put their dream team together to have their perfect day.
So cool what you've created. I think, there's so much wedding content out there and it can be really overwhelming for couples planning, and then a lot of it is sort of overseas stuff that we see. It doesn't kind of translate to New Zealand weddings, even New Zealand, Australia, and it can just be super overwhelming where to even start. Also, like you say, with the vendors, they can be really curated and only feature this small amount of vendors, different platforms. So really cool to hear more about what you've created. It is no small feat, as you've kind of touched on, building something like this. I can imagine, so much work going on behind the scenes. What has been the most surprising part of that, or anything that's been quite challenging about building it that you want to touch on?
Yes, I've pretty much become a website developer. was a real challenge for me. Yeah, there definitely has been the challenges. We needed to get it right. So it's taken us a lot longer to get to that point rather than kind of slapping it up and hoping for the best. It's taken us a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah, more than what we anticipated, but that's okay.
To get it how we wanted it. So,
and that's kind of been worth it. Hey, the feedback, because it's not just the website, right? It's the whole brand that sits behind it, and we've had so much feedback from the industry around how great the brand looks, and obviously the brand name Slay My Day, it kind of speaks for itself. And then I thought a really big challenge would be getting vendors on board before the site was live, but that wasn't the case at all. From the industry was overwhelming. I remember when those listings first started coming in, and I was like, Hayley, I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to get through all of these listings and approve them and get them up? And but we did it, and we kind of went nearly 700 vendors, which was awesome. But as we onboarded those vendors, we did have some challenges, which some of the vendors out there will know, with a few bugs. We managed to get those sorted, and in hindsight, they were small problems.
Yeah, we still got there.
Yeah,
nothing stopped us. It just took longer.
Yeah,
so much work. But yeah, obviously, like you say, with all the vendors jumping on, there's such a need for it. And yeah, just super excited to see where it goes. For couples listing, can you chat a bit more about what it is, I guess, and how does Slay My Day make planning easier compared to the kind of search and reach out approach that you're talking about?
So when we've built the platform, so when you're a bride or groom signing up, you can actually create a dashboard. So you can go on and you can save all the inspo that you like on our inspo blogs or our real wedding blogs, and you can save all the vendors, save all the venues. We've got digital planning tools. This vendor dashboard, we've got big plans for it to grow into kind of like an RSVP management system and guest management system and stuff. So hopefully in the long run, that'll be the one place that brides and grooms go, and everything will be on your dashboard. And just being able to filter through regions. So you can filter through categories, you can filter through regions, you can save those to your dashboard. You don't go back and then you see all of them saved. It's just really pretty and streamlined.
Yeah, it's helpful. Like, we can't, when you save stuff on a social channel like Instagram, sometimes it's really hard to go and
like
find.
Those cooking things, and you're like,
where was that vendor?
Was it on Facebook? Was it on Instagram?
Yeah. Whereas you've got all of that saved for you on your dashboard, which is pretty. You can put your wedding date in there, so you can have a bit of a countdown as well. And yeah, obviously you can access it on your mobile, which is super handy. So yeah, we just wanted to make it a little bit easier for anyone who's considering any part of their wedding day. I think we've done that really well. There's obviously what we haven't quite started yet. Hayes is working through that at the moment. All of our comms around, if you are planning your wedding and you've told us where it's going to be and what date it's going to be on, the comms you'll get from us to help you plan your day, and featuring vendors within those regions and stuff as well. So, we will be a bit of a communications platform to couples as well, which is exciting. So we're working through that at the moment.
Yeah, you won't be relevant information if you're having your wedding in Auckland. You're not going to get Queenstown suppliers pop up in your emails or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. I love that. Yeah, it sounds like a lot more personalized, curated space for people, and so nice having that all in one, because yeah, like you say, you just have all these saved things on Instagram or Pinterest or your bookmarks, whatever. So yeah, bringing it all together, so good.
The filters, really.
It's that regional focus as well, and diving into regions, because that's usually the first thing that somebody will choose. Well, firstly, who they're going to marry, maybe the dates.
It's important. Yeah.
So we knew that region was really important. We're in a lot of different social groups, whether they're just vendors only or couples and vendors on Facebook, and we could see lots of the questions that were coming through, particularly around location. As Hayley said before, where to find those little things that are hard to find. So that was one of the main reasons why the site was built, just to try and be more helpful.
We also created some digital planning tools. Like, these aren't intense at all, are they? They're just nice. Like, when you sign up to Slay My Day, you get a checklist just so people know where to start. So your 12-month, your 6-month, your 3-month, a generalization of how and what to book when. So you've got that kind of planning tool, then you can jump on Slay My Day and kind of pick through your vendors or pick through your photographer and save those all to your dashboard, and you've got that checklist just to carry on.
And probably one of the other important things for us too, because we're in the industry and we live it every day, was just to be able to provide really good content that shows couples what a real wedding looks like. Like I think, and I love all of that staged content, don't get me wrong. We've done it with QTE before, but to be able to provide that real life inspirational content around real weddings was important to us. So all of our vendors are welcome to submit one of their real life weddings, and we'll feature it on Slay My Day, so couples can have a really good look through for a feel for what they want. Shout out to any vendors listening. If you've got a wedding that you want to feature on Slay My Day, make sure you submit it through to us, because a lot of our couples will be directed there in our comms as well. So as I said, love that staged content. There's definitely room for it in the industry, but just being able to show those real weddings that are probably, along the lines of how most weddings would actually be in real life is important. Yeah.
And some of the stage shoots are incredible.
Oh, they're amazing.
There's no budget to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, oh my gosh, look at that velvet draping and stuff. And you're like, what's that cut?
Yeah, so good. No, I love that. And just, people being able to see weddings in the region they're getting married in with the vendors they might actually be able to use. Yeah, as a photographer, I love a styled shoot as much as the next. And it's like a chance for vendors to show you what they can do. But you can just take bits and pieces of that, of what's actually realistic to execute on your day. So cool to see it in a real life context, really. Is there a cost for couples to sign up to Slay My Day as well? No cost, just the vendor side of thing. But they get access to all the dashboard and everything. So very cool.
Yeah, vendors have their own dashboard as well with analytics. You can see obviously how many people are clicking through to your emails, your listing, sharing your listing,
looking at your socials, how many views. I mean, we think $12 plus just a month is so reasonable.
Amazing.
Yeah. So obviously we've got a couple of months where we're going to really build up that couple.
And
then we'll be good to go.
So exciting for vendors as well. I know there's a few different options out there, but some of them kind of just pop you on and then nothing happens, or you don't get many inquiries from it. So cool to be able to see the analytics and the behind the scenes of it all too.
And you can alter your own listing, so you can jump in a really cool shoot. You can just jump in and change and refresh. And I've been listed on other directories before, and it is kind of a set and forget, because you don't get any comps from them. You've paid $595 plus GST for your 6-month listing.
Yeah.
And you've got your 2 social posts that you were allowed and they're allocated. And then that's it. Forget, you can't jump on and change and update. You can't jump on and every 6 months, I think, when they're wanting you to pay the money again and sign up again, they'll send you a few analytics of their sites. But that was something that I noticed in the directory industry, is it was very money driven.
Yeah, and there was no value add for the vendors. So I think we've got lots of that packed into the site. And, it's always nice when a new operator comes in and shakes things up a little bit, like we have seen the other sites getting a little bit more active, which is nice. We'll see how that unfolds. But comms is really important to us. Our vendors and our couples will hear from us a lot.
So cool. I love that approach, and so nice that it's been built by actual vendors yourselves. Like you say, you're living and breathing weddings every day, and then you've planned your own ones as well, but also you're working with couples and hearing about what they want and need, and just actually in the industry, not kind of overseeing it.
Beneficial, us being in the industry. I don't know if you could come in and do something like this if you didn't have that base and that idea of what was going on in the industry.
Even as the site's been live and we're getting feedback from vendors, that's pretty much my role as vendor support. And I take that really seriously, even though we might feel like we know the answer to it. But, we're vendors working with vendors. So, it's important that everyone feels like they're listened to and all of that sort of stuff. So any feedback we get from anyone is really well considered too, and welcome.
I love that you have a focus on the sustainability side of things as well, and thinking about the planet while wedding planning, which is something not everyone does. Can you talk to us a bit more about that side and how you're going to focus on this with Slay My Day?
This is my little baby, isn't it?
Little baby.
I have always been like graded upcycling, like love it. And I think everybody should do it, especially on your wedding day, because you see so many dresses and so many things like used once, worn once. We're creating a recycle marketplace. So you can list all of your recycle items, all of your wedding items that you don't need anymore. And they can get loved again and used again and again, like your candle vases and your dresses. And if your husband built this really cool arch and he wants to keep it, but you're never going to use it again, like let someone else use it. It's amazing. And that part of Slay My Day also has amazing search filters. So Lydia, if you're looking for a dress, you can go on there and you can put your size. If you're wanting a designer, there's the designer. There's your long sleeve, your A-frame, sleeveless, anything you can filter through, and all of those dresses will pop up. You can go by region as well, but things like dresses and stuff like that, obviously you can get shipped, but we will have region if someone's got bigger items like furniture items and stuff that they're on. Another exciting thing about the recycle marketplace is all our vendors, hopefully, all of the vendors, it's going to be amazing. All of the vendors are going to put their hire items on there. So on their listing, say if you go on to one of the bridal shop listings and they've got hire dresses, when you jump onto our recycled marketplace and you're looking for the perfect dress, not only will the secondhand ones come up, the higher ones will all come up in those search filters as well. So you've got the option of hiring or buying, and then you can on sell on Slay My Day. Same with classic cars, same with furniture, everything. Welcome signs, everything. All the higher ones will come up and all of the recycle ones will come up.
And then on the vendor profile, say if you're looking at Tess's furniture, for example, wedding furniture, you'll see my standard listing and then you'll see all of the items that I have available for hire as well. So you can see everything on that one view as the couple, so they can start to explore what you've got to offer, which we think is going to be really great for those vendors who have marquees or furniture or they've got their images, and then you sort of filter down, scroll down, and then you can see the actual items that they've got for hire and the price. So again, just another reason to, or another added benefit, I suppose, for the couple.
And when you're on your Slay My Day dashboard, so when you're a bridegroom and you've signed up, you can save all of your recycle and hire listings as your favorites as well. So if you're like, oh, I like that, but I might find something else, you just pop it in your dashboard. So you'll plan your wedding on Slay My Day, and then after your wedding date, you'll go and recycle your wedding day, and the love will just continually flow. It's going to be amazing.
So exciting. Yeah, it's incredible. And again, just having all of that under the one platform, because I don't even know what people use, like Trade Me or Marketplace, but it's so overwhelming and a bit of a mess. Yeah.
And you can't search. Like you can put in like candles, but then some old man's candles come up that he's got, like it.
And people are terrible at communicating on there. And great for the vendor side of things as well. And then even bringing a bit more of that price transparency, which I think a lot of couples struggle with, or there just has to be so much back and forth to be like, how much actually is this for my day? Yeah.
Pick it up and can I, all of that stuff.
Yeah, like you say, so much of weddings is literally one day, so why not reuse, on sell? Yeah,
still it's just good on day 2.
Yeah, exactly. So good. Whole site is just going to be an amazing tool in the planning process, really. And then touching on the vendor side of things, they going to be amazing for them to help them grow their business and connect them with the right clients. Is there anything else you want to say on that side of things?
I think we've covered most of it. And the vendors are already amazing. They've already got on board. They're already sending us feedback. We're already asking them a few things like, do we change this gallery to a slideshow? Do we?
Yeah. Like, the vendors feel like that this is for them, like I think too many similar sites, like Hayley said, whereas we want to make sure our vendors are engaged and they feel like we're working on behalf of them, because that's essentially how Slay My Day was built.
Yeah.
So good. And I love that, you're being quite inclusive and sort of welcoming everyone, because there can be, and there's room for those more, I don't know, curated or certain style sites, but there is often like a high barrier to entry, or they're really expensive.
To be chosen.
cool to just lay out every option for people and have it kind of accessible at that price point as well. So just so excited to see where it goes, really.
Oh, wait. I mean, it's going to take time to get it where we want it to be, but we've already had over 200 bride and grooms sign up. And that's been what, 20?
Yeah, we haven't done any,
not even 30 days
advertising or marketing tools yet. So we're just in the process of that at the moment. So we're excited. I think we'll be overwhelmed the same way we were with vendors. So
how do you kind of see platforms like this and specifically Slay My Day shaping the future of weddings and events in New Zealand? It is kind of like a bit of a shake up to the industry, like you say.
We're fun. We wanted it to be, we wanted the industry to be fun.
Yeah.
And connected, transparent, like,
and collaborative. Like, there's no reason why we think all vendors should work together. Like, I'm a celebrant. When I can't make a wedding date for some reason, I've got a bunch of other celebrants that I with, and why not widen that pool within the region and all of that sort of stuff. So it was more about, just as you kind of said before, Lydia, not isolating a certain select group of vendors who are performing really well in the industry and really just highlighting everyone's amazing work.
So good. I feel like in general there is like this I don't know, nice vibe in the New Zealand industry, and people refer each other and are like supportive across the board, but there's always room for more of that, and just kind of opening it up and more collaboration. So love that. Touching on just weddings in general, I guess, and what you guys are seeing lately, have you noticed any trends of what couples are looking for right now? Any aspect of weddings, or what you hope to see more of?
The weddings coming through are definitely a lot more personalized and smaller. It's not kind of frowned upon anymore to have a smaller wedding, vice versa, like a larger wedding, and then go overseas for a holiday with your friends and family. People are definitely doing it more now the way they want, rather than traditionally as you would see a wedding. And you're not inviting all your different aunties and uncles.
Feeling the obligation.
Obligation, I think, is kind of, some of the traditions are still definitely there, like your flowers, like your first looks and those,
your cake, all that sort of stuff on a smaller scale. And you can add some nice touches, like a helicopter, or like a beautiful dinner and a picnic, or stuff. So you can kind of stretch your day out because you've got more funds to kind of go across the day, rather than, we had a couple the other day say, all you do is you just pay for all of these people to come and eat and drink, and I want to use that money for me. So that's really nice to see. I think especially at the moment, like the economy is tough out there, and I think people are taking that into consideration as well.
We also love the big weddings.
Love it.
But that's just the kind of trend that we're seeing, is people are definitely doing
a sign of the times.
Sometimes their way is a very large wedding, but that's their way, like people are definitely just sticking to their guns a wee bit more, I think.
So cool to see. I think great that people are just leaning into that, personalizing it, actually thinking about what represents them as a couple, and not just what you should do at weddings, or following tradition necessarily. So cool that you're seeing that. From your kind of backgrounds and experience and being involved in hundreds of weddings, I can imagine, do you guys have any advice for couples that are planning their wedding at the moment?
Look, I think it's got to be about the two of you, and that's kind of what we talked about, really hard to do sometimes. And I think maximizing the time that you have on the day together to feel connected and enjoy, what the moment represents. And that can be difficult, but that's usually my first piece of advice after you've chosen the person you're going to marry and the region you're going to get married in.
And connecting with vendors as well. Like, you've got to have that connection with your photographer and your celebrant on the day, and your videographer. Like, you don't want to be feeling anxious or uncomfortable with who's surrounding you on your wedding day.
So good. I love that advice. I think it's so important to kind of do a bit of a vibe check, and you can even tell that from like emails from the get-go or jump on a call with them, and especially if it's your photographer, even your celebrant, like involved in quite intimate moments of the day or with you a lot of the day, you want to be finding people you get along with. I've had a few chats in the DMs lately about people struggling even just with hearing back from their vendors, like some really average communication before the day, and that's like making them stressed and anxious. And major tip for vendors, just be good on the emails, get back to people quickly.
Comms definitely matter.
Yeah, such great advice. What is your sort of big picture dream for Slay My Day? Can you tell us about any other exciting things coming up?
Well, our first dream will be to employ someone to help us.
So good.
In the dream phase.
The dream phase.
It's more of a watch this space. Like, the next thing to launch will be Recycle once I've done my developer pack. And then, we touched on the kind of the RSVP systems and platforms. And then we'll be making an app, and we'll be, there's lots. There's a massive list, but at the moment, I'm not sure what we can afford to do or not. So I don't want to talk.
Yeah. Lots of dreams, but watch the space.
Dreams, but watch this space. But honestly, like we're still getting vendors trickling in. So the more of the collective that we get with Slay My Day, the more we can do.
That's what it goes back to, right? About the vendors. It's about hopefully being the go-to place for everything weddings, vendors and couples, and I think hopefully eventually being a voice for the industry. Like about its start. So, having that representation around what the industry does bring. I think we look at, exports for New Zealand all the time. You've got obviously, meat, you've got tourism, but obviously weddings plays a big part of that. So hopefully one day setting up the framework for what that might look like. But we need to double down first and get cracking on some stuff that's on the to-do list. But we're excited.
So good. Well, very impressed with what you've built already, and so exciting for everything that's to come. So lovely to chat to you guys today. Can you just tell everyone where to find you and how to follow along and get on Slay My Day?
You can find us at slaymyday.com. Instagram and Facebook is slaymyday.nz, is it right?
That's right.
Yeah, slaymyday.nz, because eventually, all going well, we might start marketing to other countries as well. So definitely, if you're a photographer, videographer, or have your own work, then send in your submissions. Carla loves going through them. She's doing all our social because she's the visual lady.
She's the visual queen.
So she loves to see your work, so send them in.
So cool. Amazing.
Thank you. And a big thank you to all of the vendors who are supporting us. We love you guys. Wouldn't be here without you. And we'll keep in touch.
And another, just quickly, if you you can be the smallest vendor, like you might have a wedding arch that someone built that you want to list, or you might have a really cool garden that you've done weddings in before. It's $120 a year to list and Slay My Day. So it is affordable for those little one-off, not wedding focused, but have the product or have a beautiful venue or something to list on. We want all of those little bespoke people on there too.
Totally. It's welcome.
Love that. So good. Often the ones that people struggle to find, or they might not have a huge social media presence or whatever. So love that. Just bringing everything onto one platform. So
Thanks
cool.
so much, Lydia.
Thank you so much for coming on. I think people are going to be so excited to hear about this, and you're going to help so many couples. So just super excited for the future.
Same. Thank you.
Yay.